Welcome back to the O'Shea vlogcast. I am your host, O'Shea Duke Jackson. It seems that we had a little difficulty on the last stream, but I am now back, and I'd like to discuss a topic. And if you guys can hear me in the chat before I go in, please let me know. I believe you can. Now, once again, I want to talk about Marvel canceling Black Lives Matter comic book. And this is very important because Black Lives Matter is trying to get their message out there. And their message is one that is of pity. It is of victimhood. It's a message that is preached that is unaccountable. And pretty much what it does, it addresses the particular incident, but it does not address a preventive mechanism from keeping Black men, or in the case of Sandra Bland, Black women, from encountering the police. So Marvel comic, actually a Black writer, a guy by the name of, if I'm not mistaken, Ta-Nehisi Jones or something like that. This is Ta-Nehisi Coates. He takes this idea to Marvel and pitches it that he would, in another person, write a particular comic storyboard wanting to talk about the issues that many on the left are going through in America with the police. Now, he's the same guy who writes for the Black Panther comic book, but the problem with Black Lives Matter and the people they support is there is not an economy for that crowd, because you see, people like Black Lives Matter, they want everything for free. You see, let me tell you that again. They want everything for free. You see, they'll come out in March. They'll come out to be seen on television. But what you better not try to do is support or think you're going to make money off of a group of niggas who really feel that somebody owes them something. You see, this is what Black Lives Matter feels. You owe me something. I'm Black in America. I'm oppressed. My ancestors were oppressed. You know, this government owes me. You owe me something. And the problem is, it has nothing to do with just Black people or white people, right? They feel that white folks should owe them something. But the problem is, these Black Lives Matter people, they come into your stores in the Black communities and feel that they should get a discount. I've talked about this before. Because see, what we don't want to talk about is these Black Lives Matter businesses, like, you know, that happened in, for example, in particular parts of Missouri, in St. Louis area. Many of these businesses that were attacked, burned, these are Black businesses. These same people did not care, had nothing to care about. But see, this is the problem when you try to make an economy for these type of people. Let me give you an example. Colin Kaepernick stuck his neck out for Black Lives Matter. Stuck his neck out. Went and kneeled and all of that shit. He did a whole bunch of stuff, throwing his support around a group of people he thought would have his back. What happened to Colin Kaepernick? Colin Kaepernick is out of the league. Probably never to play in the NFL again. And one of the reasons why is the NFL owners don't want his influence in the locker room, because his influence kills businesses. People like Colin Kaepernick cost NFL owners a lot of money last year. And so because he cost the league a lot of money with his kneeling in protest, many fans are not okay with that. So a lot of fans stopped buying tickets. So without a black-owned team who would give him a shot, there is no black NFL owner. People in the NFL, or the owners, decided we're not going to take the risk on Kaepernick. We're not going to do it. And see, Black Lives Matter comic book, or the guy who wrote it, he should have took the idea from Kaepernick that these niggas wasn't going to support you. People on the left, especially black ones, they're not going to support you. Because once again, they want people to do things for them for nothing. And what I find funny is that this is a Black Lives Matter comic book produced by Marvel. Why isn't Black Lives Matter, their comic book or their story, why isn't it produced by an independent comic book creator? You see, why is that not happening, brothers? And do you know why it's not happening? Because Black Lives Matter, who complained about racial injustice, use the same white men to distribute their crap to other people. They do the same thing that they're complaining about. That's what it is. I mean, you're going to go to Marvel and you're going to ask them to distribute your story, but you want to complain that white folks suppress you. They're the reason why black men are getting killed by the police. Well, maybe one of the reasons that black men are getting killed by the police is because of lack of opportunity, like you said. And the reason why is people like Black Lives Matter and those who believe in it won't start businesses to employ other blacks. What Black Lives Matter does is they destroy businesses. As a result of your protest, many businesses get burned to the ground or get looted. And you don't say like, oh, well, those are not Black Lives Matter protests, but because they come to your protest, you're to blame. And see, this is what you got to understand here. There is no market to be made or no economy for boohoo Negroes. There's no economy for it. It doesn't exist. Anybody trying to make money off of people who are crybabying, people who are victimhooding, people who are doing all of these things, don't expect to make money from these kind of people. These people, who many of them represent the $1.4 trillion spending power that America has, would not give $5 to go support a Black Lives Matter comic book. Now think about that. Think about how much that matters to people. Think about the fact that they had to get money in large lump sums of money from people like George Soros and other people. Because black people themselves won't put up the money to defend their ideologies. Black Lives Matter. I mean, you have these people all over the way, all over the place. People in London, England, dumbass black British people. Not all blacks in Britain are dumb, but you have some dummies in Britain that are being influenced by this crap. They're out there marching for Black Lives Matter in London, not knowing what the hell's going on. Black Lives Matter, they want to just put a Band-Aid on a particular burn, but they don't want to deal with the fact of, well, single motherhood leads to black men encountering the police. Women doing whatever the hell they want to do, sleeping with every kind of man they want, that leads to black men being killed by the police. It leads to black men encountering the police. Because if Black Lives Matter, what we will be talking about is how to prevent. We need to get black people from stop encountering the police. That's prevention. That means before the child is even born in the black community, we have already looked at certain things that create a positive representation for that child to be educated, for that child to be schooled and have manners. But Black Lives Matter doesn't address those things. All they want to do is they will hide out and show up whenever a black man is killed by the police. And I'm going to tell you like this. You might not like it. Mike Brown, what do you think should happen to somebody like him? Alton Sterling? You're brandishing a gun on somebody? I mean, you're selling CDs in front of an Arab liquor store? You're threatening people with the gun? You resist arrest? What should happen to people like that? It's not even worth talking about. But yet, black people kill each other in worse places every day. I mean, you know what's so funny about these niggas? If you were to make a comic book about black men who kill black men, which happens 99% of the time, do you know how much outrage will be about that? What if I made a comic book called Lil Pookie Shooting Ray Ray? Talk about all the Bloods and Crips we have and all of those type of gang members. And if I said that and put that comic book out, that would get negative attention. People will call me a coon. They'll call me Uncle Tom. They'll call me a sellout. Because I'm talking about the majority of what's happening. But see, once you put the idea that white folks are killing black people or cops are killing black people, even though that rarely happens, that's what niggas want to read. But once again, they don't want to pay for it. And this is what Phil from the Advice Show, many of you don't remember him, the YouTuber who was, pretty much slamming his audience for not donating to his show. What he is he caters to that audience. He caters to a bunch of bum black people. I hate to say it. Black people who are heavily on the left, heavily Black Lives Matter oriented, they are bums. The Negro left are a bunch of bums. I hate to say it. I mean, I do not like those people. I do not want to be around them. I'm not friends, and you shouldn't be friends with any of them either. You should always hold yourself accountable for why you fail. You should hold yourself accountable for why you don't achieve things. This life is what you make it. You should always look at you. But that is not what Black Lives Matter does. It doesn't never look at themselves. And that's how you can see it's an organization ran by women. Well, many of them who are lesbian feminists. So right off the bat, you know they can't be really caring about black lives, because if they did, then, well, they would be creating kids, and they don't. But once again, you cannot sell to these people. You can't. You cannot sell to people on the left unless it's the black mom, the black woman is God, and you're a black church. Those are the only ways you can get money from the left Negro or Jordans. Anything about building a school, anything about educating black children, anything about STD prevention, anything about health prevention, health issues, you're not going to get that from the left. They don't care about that. They only want to care about something when it happens. And let me tell you, black people, all you black men out there, what do you think should happen to you if you're doing something against the law, you're stopped by the police, and you act funny in a certain situation? You should know off the bat, you don't have the rights that everybody else, even though you should, you don't. Unfortunately, as a black man, you have to play things differently. And see, with these guys who get killed by the police, they don't understand that because their parents never taught them that. And their parents put them in every situation to lose in life. You brothers, under the sound of my voice, you can't be losers. You can't. And I know there are people in the chat asking me questions. I don't know why, because I'm doing my topic right now. Don't try to distract me. Wait until what I'm doing is over. And see, this is the whole point about the left, about the black Negro left. You guys got to understand that nobody takes you serious. You don't even take your own self serious. The only time you niggas will even show up is when it's time for you to come and cry about something. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. But when somebody else black kills somebody else, then you're nowhere to be found. And I urge you, brothers, you black men who listen to this podcast, stay away from any black Democratic person. Stay away from any Black Lives Matter person. They are dangerous, not only to you, but to themselves. People who support this kind of movement, they're either one or two people. They're so stupid, they support it. Or two, they're so educated that they want people to fail so that people don't catch up to them. And let me talk about that real quick. Because we do have a very big professional class out there who they share an interest on many black people failing. Now, your professional black class who participates in Black Lives Matter, they do so from the comforts of their homes, which are in suburbs. Now, they might show up to a march every now and then. And they'll get on Facebook and they'll promote that shit. But at the end of the day, these same professional Black Lives Matter protesters, they live in white neighborhoods. They don't live amongst the people that they're trying to say they're standing up for. And they don't want their kids going to the same schools or even churches that these Negroes they're defending go to. And the reason why so many professional blacks support Black Lives Matter is because they don't want other blacks catching up to them. They want to be the only ones in control. They want to be the only ones who are the elite of the black community. They don't want to share that elite status with anybody else. And see, the moment that this happens, you should be worried about them. That's why, for the most part, I do not trust any professional blacks who vote Democrat. I don't trust many professional blacks who are on the issue of Black Lives Matter. Many of them who have never had to experience any of these things that Negroes in the street had to go through. Some of these people never have lived in any kind of inner city, have never had any kind of complications with the police. But yet, they will get out there on a public forum and they will debate and they will argue for the rights of black men who many times have put themselves in positions to encounter the police. And like Tommy Sotomayor says, stupid games, stupid prizes, stupid games, you win, stupid got prizes. They don't want to talk about that. But yet, to their own children, they will secretly tell them, don't be like him. Don't be like them. Don't go to this neighborhood at night. Don't you go there. Don't talk to him. Don't marry that kind of guy that comes to this neighborhood. They'll tell them that. And one of the reasons why is the black professional elite wants to maintain a certain level of status for themselves. That's one of the real reasons. You would think that a group of educated, smart black people would want to help. No, they have no interest in that, because many of them know that black people, for the most part, don't take well to criticism, and that for the most part, black people they're gonna pretty much gravitate towards a victim complex. But again, victim complexes for black people doesn't equate to money, and that's why Black Lives Matter is being pulled off the shelves in comic book stores. Nobody is interested in reading your fucking sob story. Nobody cares. People, when they read comic book stories, they want to hear about some exciting things happening for the most part. They want to be engaged. They don't want to hear about Sandra Bland's bad mouth or Sandra Bland complaining about the police. And nobody wants to hear about that. Nobody wants to spend money on black liberal fuckeryhood. And see why it is what it is. Nobody cares about that. And what makes it so sad is that you Black Lives Matter activists won't even support that comic book. Again, you're looking for easy donations. You're looking for easy sponsorships. ABL in the house. Yeah, I mean, this is what you have. And the funny is, well, the white liberals don't want to read that shit either. Because you know why? People are tired of hearing a losing song, man. You know, I gotta talk to you about that before I go. Nobody likes losers. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, everybody in life has some sort of disability. You know, yours may be your skin color, and in some cases that could be a disability because people judge you on a certain notion. Some people, you know, maybe not be as smart. Some people may be ugly. Some people may be fat. Everybody starts off with some kind of disability in their life, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional. Some people have been abused. But, you know, in life, nobody cares. You know, nobody wants to hear your sad story. Nobody wants to hear why you can't do this or why you can't. Nobody cares about that. What people are looking for is a reason that you make it. People want to hear success stories because everybody has it hard. Nobody has it easy. Some people have it easier, true, but nobody has it easy. Thank you, Voltron. The Asian brother from another mother. Appreciate you. Nobody has it easy. And if you think that people are going to spend money with you to listen to your pity party, you have another thing coming. It's not exciting. And black people just can't continue to do this and they expect to be successful. Like I said, $1.4 trillion spending power. We have built no new schools. Not a new black medical school in the last, I think, since Morehouse College, right? In the last 40 years. We've built no new black universities. You know, all of this spending power and the lack of investment that we have no new black residencies for primary care doctors. You know, we don't have anything that we own in America outside of Meharry and Howard that would train students to do you know, things in medicine, things in engineering that we are starting. We don't invest it back into our own people. And the reason why you don't is because you're too busy being a fucking loser. You're too busy crying. You know, and nobody wants to be around that. I'm sorry. Nobody cares. And I might lose some subscribers behind this, but I mean, you know, I don't care about that either. The thing is, if black people want respect, you're going to have to get out there and fight. Deal with it. Yeah, I know it's racism. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. But people like Black Lives Matter don't want to compete. This is life where you have to compete. You got to compete and you got to stick together. Nobody's going to give you anything. Nothing. That's it. And if somebody in the comments said black colleges are closing, that's just more evidence as to why people don't take your black ass serious. Nobody wants to be around a group of people who are always crying victim. Crying, complaining. Do you like being around a complaining person all the time that you see that comes around your house or your job, always complaining at your cubicle? No, you don't want to be around that kind of person. And that's it. So I'm actually glad that it's not selling. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad Kaepernick got what he got. You know, when you associate with losers, what do you expect? The black liberal left class is a loser class. They are losers. They don't build anything. They're not looking to build anything. They're not looking to help anybody. They have no platform to want to do that. Let them lose. let them disintegrate. And I assume that more people on the left, like this Black Lives Matter comic book guy, like Colin Kaepernick, they will continue to lose and to be destroyed. That's why I urge you black men to start voting Republican. You ain't got to like Donald Trump, but get away from the Democrats. For this reason only, you're going to go down with the sinking ship. A sinking ship, brothers. That's where you're going. So what I want you to do is I might come back a little later on tonight. I probably will not, but I'd like you to like the video. I have 133 people watching, 134 people watching. Now, what I do need is for you brothers to like the video. If you can, get the likes up there. All right. And I had a good stream before that was really good, but damn, I was going in and the sound cut off. So brothers, come in the chat here and like the video. All right. Help me get these damn likes if y'all niggas is cheap. Get them up. 134. So I need 47 more people to like the video. Let's get them up. All right. Now, for those of you who are Patreons to the channel, I will be posting up a private video tonight. So thank you for you brothers who have signed up for the Patreon. All right, to support the Negro Manosphere. Alan Roger Curry wrote a wonderful article. All right, and I'm going to be doing 2 response videos later on this week. One on Dr. Perry Stanislaus' article, but I do want to acknowledge Alan Roger Curry. A simp and his money are soon parted. Right. So you guys check out that article on the website. You'll be hearing a video response to me on my main O'Shea Duke Jackson channel, which has over 37,000 subscribers. And then we're also going to be talking about later on this week the article that Dr. Perry Stanislaus did, which he wrote a really good article, which was called the Demonization of Black Men in Britain. All right, so it's a good historical lesson. Thank you, Stan Steiner, for that. Theron, I want Theron, man, hit me up, man. Let's see if we can maybe get, if you're free a little bit later on today, see if we can get a hangout. I want everybody to recognize Theron Williams in the chat. He is a truck driver vlogger. It's a wonderful channel. It's an awesome channel. All right. So we want to try to get him on as a hangout for the brothers who are interested in owning your own big rigs. It's going to be a very good informative video for you. There's a market for that. So obviously we want to share his experience. Okay. And once again, thank you, Stan Steiner, for the super chat. Also, what I want to do is talk a little bit about Dr. Perry Stanislaus' article. It's probably one of the best articles I've ever written or ever read. The Demonization of Black Men in Britain, and it's talking about pretty much from black men who came from Caribbean countries, and contrasting those from African immigrants who came and what they had to experience. So be on the lookout for that video. It will be a really good production that I'm going to do. So once again, for those brothers who are looking to email me about joining up on Patreon, okay, the reason why we have excellent writers like Dr. Perry Stanislaus, the platform for people like Alan Roger Curry, the reason why we have academics who now write and submit articles on the Negro Manosphere is because we have a platform, brothers. Okay, we have a platform, right? Many of these writers like Alan Roger Curry, Mumia Ali, Rom Wills, who just put out an article today, these guys are paid, okay? And what pays these guys are you brothers who donate to the Patreon. Now, it's different from the Patreons that you guys see maybe other YouTubers have. The other YouTubers, when they have maybe Patreons, I'm talking about black female YouTubers for the most part, it's for them just to make content for you discreetly. The Patreon that we operate on the Negro Manosphere, I still go and make content secretly for you. And also, your $5 donation or whatever you want to pledge, it goes to helping bring other academic writers to the Negro Manosphere. We're bringing in all types of qualified brothers to the Negro Manosphere. Okay, we give out financial advice with Josh Solito over in Canada. We have Alan Roger Curry with the dating advice. And it allows me to do interviews. Many of you know, you've seen this channel. I've had many different brothers from many different walks of life who come on here and speak to me about certain issues. The reason that we can do that is because we're building a network. All right. And we're building the network just off the money that you guys have put in. Right. So the money that you guys pledge on Patreon, that goes to pay writers. It pays to keep the website up. That site has no ads. And Aaron Clary messaged me last night telling me I need to get some Amazon affiliate links up there and a way to monetize the site. But the way that I've been operating it for the first 6 or 7 months is I put up my own money, and I still do. But to give back to the brothers, to give brothers more of a voice, we do this because we need it. We don't have any black media, right? This is just the beginning of it. All right. So once again, you brothers can go to Patreon, sign up. All right. So don't be one of those brothers that say you're tired of how black women talk about you. You're tired about all these things. Listen, brothers, you need to have a voice. Your voice matters. Okay. So if your voice matters and you want to see black male media do that, then you need to go ahead and sign up. All right. Support black men who are trying to have a voice for you. Okay. So thank you for the 135 Patreons that we have. All right. But there are more brothers out there who need to join the fight with us to make it stronger, to make it better. The hangouts you see me doing on this channel as a result of the Negro Manosphere website with Chris Jones, with all of this. You brothers, we really appreciate you. So continue to support us on Patreon. Okay. So continue to sign up. If you haven't signed up, go ahead and sign up. All right. So once again, thank you, brothers, for what you've been doing. I'll try to come back on a little bit later with Theron if he's available. I don't know where he's at as far as a truck stop, but like the video before I leave. Get the more likes up. And many of you know that I'm in like a finals week, so I haven't been doing as much content. So I try to keep some content going on this channel. But anyways, brothers, appreciate you. As you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out. Peace.